the class. Here we have learned in our previous class about the expiration, inspiration, exhale, inhale, and about the experiments, how we can find out whether the carbon dioxide is present or oxygen is present, and we have learned about the discovery of carbon dioxide and discovery of oxygen, right? So in today's class we will learn about the few more points which are related to our respiration. We have learned about that respiration will take place in us with the help of our nose, right? But there are some other animals which do not breathe with their nose. For example, if we talk about aquarium, like aqueous animal, the animal which is present in water, you can say that fish. When you talk about fish, so I know everyone knows that fish do not have nose, right? With what does it breathe? Which part of the fish act as their nose? With which not nose, lungs. They don't have lungs, right? So which part of the fish will help in respiration? The part is called as nothing but gills, right? Gills help in the respiration in the fishes. Yes. So fishes continuously open and close their mouth in water. Yes. When they are breathing, they open their mouth. Yes. They open their mouth and they close their mouth continuously when they are breathing. Why? Why do they open their mouth and close their mouth when they are breathing continuously? Why do they open their mouth and close their mouth continuously? Why do the flaps on both the sides of the head alternately open and close? If you look below the flaps, you will see that they are the gills. Below the flaps, you can see that they are gills. Okay, both the sides they are gills. These are the respiratory organs of the fish. What are they? They are respiratory organs of the fish. Respiratory organs of the fish. The water that enters the mouth flows through both the gills. Okay, as it comes out of the flap. The gills absorb the oxygen that is present in the water. This oxygen is carried out in different parts of the body. Okay, so here the gills help in respiration, so they are called as respiratory organs. Now, if we talk about some other animals, like we have frog. How does the breathing in frog take place? If we talk about frog, how does the respiration takes place in the frog? We know that frog is able to stay on land as well as water. It is both land and water animal. It can stay both on land and water. So to breathe on land, it requires lungs, and to breathe in water, it requires gills, right? So to breathe on land, it has lungs, while it goes deep under the underground and sleeps twice every year, its moist skin takes over the function of lungs. So on land, when they are living, they breathe with lungs, right? But when they go deep into the sleep, they breathe with their skin. So this is the special feature of the frog. Okay, special feature of fish is nothing but it breathes with the gills. Special feature of frog is nothing but it breathes with the skin. Okay, it can breathe with the skin as well as lungs. In baby frogs or tadpoles, there are special organs like fish. Yes, when you see a baby tadpole, you see that they appears like fish. They have a body like this, right? They appears to be like a fish. So they have gills in them. When they appear like a tadpole, they have a special feature like gills, like fish in them, and they are able to breathe. Okay, as slowly when they grow up, this feature will be gone. Okay, these gills help them to breathe in water by taking the air and dissolved in the water. Tadpoles of the frog live only in water, but the frog lives either on the land or in the water. Sometimes you may see frog also under the soil also. Yes, because it can breathe with the skin, it can go under the soil also. So it is the special animal which can survive anywhere, either on land, either on water or underground. So next we can learn about the process of breathing, a special process where we can see in the cockroach. I know everyone don't like cockroach, right? Whenever you see cockroach, you start jumping, cockroach. But here we'll learn about the breathing process of the cockroach. If you see cockroach, it has a small opening on the sides of its body. When you take a cockroach and you observe, here you can see that there are small openings in the body like this. They will have small openings in their body. Okay, they have small openings like this. Suppose this is assumed like a cockroach, then you can see that it is having a small openings like this. These are the small openings which are present in the sides of its body. Other insects have small openings. They have similar openings like this. Like insects, if we talk about other insects, they also have small openings like this, and these help the cockroach to breathe. Okay, these small holes, on the other side of the cockroach, in each segment they are small holes which are connected to the respiratory tubes in a network. Okay, if you see the structure, you will see that suppose this is your cockroach inner respiratory structure. You will notice that they are arranged like this. They are arranged in a very neat network form. Okay, they are arranged neatly in a very network form. So these are nothing but your spiracles. Okay, what are they called? They are called as spiracles. And these spaces that are openings, they are called as trachea. What are they called? They are called as trachea. Okay, so they help the cockroach to breathe. These holes are nothing but they are called as spiracles. The network of respiratory tube is called as trachea. The whole network is nothing but this is called as trachea, and these holes are called as spiracles. And from these spiracles, circulate it through the body, collect it back and send it out through the spiracles. Spiracles, it will collect the air, then it will circulate through the body through this network, and again it will send out through these spiracles. To know more about this process, you may observe a live cockroach by keeping it covered by a transparent bottle or a glass. Simply you turn into that cockroach and you can observe the parts of it lively. Okay, so next insect we can know about is earthworm. You know earthworms, right? How they are like this. When they move, we don't know from which end they are moving, right? You will see that they are moving from this end or this end. So this is nothing but this is your earthworm. Okay, so what is this earthworm? It is an insect. It is the farm friend. Yes, it is farmer's friend, right? Earthworms breathe through what? What do you think the earthworms breathe through? They breathe through their skin. Earthworms breathe through their skin. It is a thin and moist with very minute holes they have on their body. They are not visible to us. They have a minute holes on their body, and when you observe the earthworm, it is moist always, right? It will be moist. So through the skin, air passes in and out. The earthworm thus breathes through its whole body surface. Okay, the earthworm breathes to its whole body surface. With this, we complete about the animals, humans, insects, right? So next part will be about the respiration in plants, right? Respiration in plants. So we will continue respiration in plants in our next video. So till then, take care. Do obey your parents. Do listen to their parents. Whatever they say, you have to accept it. Whatever they say, you have to listen it. You have to obey your parents at any cost. As your parents are your first teachers, you have to definitely obey them, okay? And I request you all to go through all the videos and try to learn immediately after the explanation. Open your textbooks and start reading. Simply seeing videos doesn't make any sense. Thank you for watching.